Alright YouTube, listen up. Off-Road Yo-Yo here to create a video that we might not ever actually share, but we're going to record it anyway in case we decide to. Here I'm going to walk through how we proceed with obtaining hard-to-get drops, specifically some G2 drops that tend to sell out in a matter of seconds. So I'm going to walk you through my process, which has been pretty successful through the years, and see if that helps any of y'all out. So the first thing I recommend is using a computer instead of a phone. Now that's just me with an opinion. I haven't had much luck with a phone when it mattered, and I guess I'm old-fashioned. I prefer computers. I'm using a Mac here, so I'm going to say command from time to time. If you're on a PC, just, that means control for you. The drop is at 5 o'clock Central Time. As you can see, it's about 4 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and start getting ready. First thing I'm going to do, which is common practice for a lot of y'all, is sign into PayPal. Just to make sure that is open and around. We're not really going to make use of it. We just want to make sure that it's there. Next, we're actually going to go to the G Squared website, go to the store, go to yo-yos. I'm going to sort by newness. And I'm going to go up here to the URL, and I'm going to add another parameter. We probably won't need to use this, but we might, so it's good to have it. You want to come up with something, you want to do and sign, and then come up with something that you don't think anybody else is going to come up with. So I'm going to say and monkey face equals orange. And I'm not going to press enter. I'm just going to highlight that and save it to my clipboard in case I need it. Now, I'm going to go back to store, go to accessories, and take a look at some of these. I want to find something that is in stock and that there's a lot of, and bonus if it's actually something that I can use. That's not essential, but if it's cheap and I can use it, great. Otherwise I'll add an extra step to my process to just get rid of it. Respawn pad 7, that's probably good enough. Let's go ahead and add that to my cart. I'm going to view cart. I'm going to proceed to checkout, and I'm going to make sure that all this information is correct. I don't actually log in. I don't believe in logging in. It's just an unnecessary database query that I don't want to worry about. Sorry for the noise in the background. Make sure everything here is correct. It is. Now I'm going to make this tab pop out and be separate from everything else. Okay, nice text message popping up. Sorry about that. Oh, they want a phone number. I'll make sure every field here is perfectly happy. And then I'm going to open another tab. I'm going to go back to G Squared Yo-Yos. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. I like to have a good view of my entire screen. 80% is good. Store, yo-yos, sort by newness. Take my checkout window, put it down to the right so that I can see my proceed to PayPal button. I want that to be close by because I'm going to need that. And now we just start an occasional refresh. You don't need to have multiple tabs open doing a whole lot of refreshes. You just need one. And you don't need to refresh constantly. I want to make sure that this thing stops spinning, fully loads, and I'm good. We're still about a minute ahead. Jake has, it's not his fault, but sometimes his site has dropped a minute early. Seems on average it's dropped like 3 to 4 minutes late. Oh, here we go. So we're going to add. Wait for this add again because I need 2 of them. And I'm going to proceed to PayPal. That all looks good. And pay now. And done. Easy. Now we can go survey the damage. How is it going over here? Still 9. There's a lot left. How about BAPS? 3 left. So what did we do there? We took advantage of WordPress and WooCommerce to know that it's just the session data that needs to get transferred to PayPal. You can bypass everything else. Sometimes I actually keep a cart window open. So if I add a respawn here and then say view cart, you can take this screen, open up a new tab at this point, and keep this just visible to the left, and then go back to G squared. And then with your checkout button over here, you can click add to cart here, jump over here, hit this X once, and then go back to your PayPal button. And you don't have to wait for any of these pages to finish loading. You just click, 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 and go. You can have the thing bought in 2 seconds. So anyway, if that's useful, great. If not, also, great. So it's been a few minutes since the drop happened, and we're back here on the G2 Nation page, and there are some disappointed people, which is pretty par for the course. But this post in particular, drops aren't showing up on the website for some reason. Anyone else having issues? And then there's a discussion here about how people are saying that should be a total of 6 yo-yos on the website. However, they only see 3, no matter how many times they refresh the page. It is this issue that prompted us to do this trick with adding this goofy parameter to the end of our URL while we were at the G2 store page. WordPress is really good. Well, not WordPress in particular, but WordPress hosting services are very good at using caching mechanisms to keep the site working fast. And what caching does is any sites that it deems to be, or web pages that it deems to be static or not changing very often, or that are getting accessed a lot by people, rather than processing every user's request when they ask to view that web page, they save a copy of it and put it to the side and just give them that. And that keeps the server process from having to, oh, what page did you want? Okay, let me get it for you. Here you go. Every time somebody hits refresh. It's a optimization that WordPress is good at taking advantage of. However, it causes problems like this when people are racing for something. So this trick is called cache busting. WordPress will just silently kind of ignore any parameters that it doesn't understand. However, when it sees a parameter that it hasn't seen before, it forces the server to look it up. Like, hey, somebody's asking for monkey face equals orange. Can you go ahead and get that for me? And WordPress will respond with, well, I don't know what that is, but here's the latest version of the page. So in the event that it was 501, or I just started getting uncomfortable, what I would have done is replace my URL with this, pressed enter, and I should have gotten a properly refreshed and current version of the store page with those yo-yos present for me to click on. That could have helped these people out here. It doesn't always work. Let's get that. There's no guaranteed surefire fix for everything, but it's another reason why I like buying things on a PC rather than a phone, because by the time you add something into the URL that's weird, you probably missed your chance if you're on a phone. So that's why we did that. That's what that means. And all I would have had to do is go up here, Command A, Command V to paste my new thing, and there's the page with everything there, and unfortunately sold out. So that's why we did that.